NFL Week 10 is almost here, and in this video, I have 5 plays, some long shots, some parlays, everything to help you guys make some money this NFL Sunday. And we're going to dive right into it. The whole premise of this video is to try to be quick. I don't need to spend 10 minutes yapping your ear off about one play, about 60 seconds per pop. Let's dive in. I'll show you what I mean with 2 quick questions. The first question: is Rico Dowdle's insanity run going to continue? The second question: is he the greatest running back of all time? We're paying to find out. Yeah, I took him for 120, 150, and 180 rushing yards. Now you see the odds: plus 284, plus 890, and plus 3,100 odds, all on DraftKings. A half unit, 0.25, and then 0.1 unit. Now, obviously, Rico Dowdle has been insane to start this season, and when he's been thrust into the starting role, I'm going to pay to find out if he can continue it against the Saints. Now, like I said, is Rico Dowdle, is he going to get 180 yards? I mean, unlikely if I'm being honest, but at plus 31 to 1, we got to take a chance on something like that. Now, like I said, Rico Dowdle's been insane so far this season. If you look at his 3 starts, 206, 183, and 130. I mean, heck, if he got to 120 plus, I would happily take that. His regular line's sitting at about 90.5. Now, obviously, it's Rico Dowdle. He had a great season last year. No one really wanted him. And the Panthers took a chance, and he's been making teams pay. Now, his starts have been in favorable matchups where he's faced teams like the Cowboys and the Dolphins. But last week against the Packers, not like they're a scrub defense at all, and he torched them. And that was a game that Bryce Young only threw for 100 yards. Now they're down, it could be down Tet McMillan for this game. And even if they load the box, I really think he can go out there and keep running the ball well. I mean, this guy's just breaking tackles. The scheme is very good, hard one to stop. And this is a Saints rushing defense that has struggled this season. I might be yapping too long, but here's some running backs against the Saints. Last week, Kyron Williams at 114. His backup, Blake Corum, 58. Week before that, James Cook at 117. DeAndre Swift at 124. His backup, Manungai, had 81. Now I get the Saints, a team that is dead inside. Let's be honest. They're 1-8. They go on their bye next week. They're giving up the most rushing attempts in the NFL. I'm paying to find out, Rico. If you get 180 rush yards, I'll let you know right now, 180 rush yards, I will buy his jersey. Simple as that. The ball's in your court. If he gets 180, you guys also have to join the Dub Club. Those are the rules. Shake on it. If he somehow gets 180, come on. Rico, we're praying for you, man. Have a great week. A reminder, if you don't know what our Dub Club is, we do some exclusive props every single week. This is it. We got 2 one-unit plays, a long shot parlay. If you're interested in joining, it is $7.50 with your link down below. Again, a couple other plays you want to join because I'll be honest, they've been kind of cooking this season. They're 4-0 over the last 2 weeks. I normally do 2 a week, up about 7 units. Again, if you want to join, you can do it down below. Rico, I'm rooting you on. Let's get into another player prop before we get into some other things. Rashad White, one of my favorite plays of the weekend, over 18.5 receiving yards, minus 115 on BetMGM, a 1-unit play. Look, Rashad White is going to take on the Patriots. Now, last week, as you saw with that quick snippet of some Dub Club exclusive plays, one of mine last week was Bijan's over in receiving yards. Why? Because the Patriots give up a ton of receiving yards. Well, who does Rashad White get to play today? On Sunday, he gets to play with the Patriots, who have been giving up the most receptions in the NFL to running backs. Now, you could target the receptions for Rashad White, but that's at 3.5. So I think if he gets 4, he's probably getting 20 plus yards. And so I'm happy to take a chance here on Rashad White without Bucky Irving, without Chris Godwin. It's Emeka Egbuka, Tez Johnson, Kate Otten. Like, they don't have a ton of pass catchers out there and that really are trustworthy. And also, you think about Emeka Egbuka, he's going to probably get shadowed by Christian Gonzalez, the Patriots' best corner and one of the best corners in football. He's just been banged up this season. But again, Rashad White has been really consistent with this team. And when he gets the minutes, not minutes, man, I'm stuck on the NBA. When he gets the snaps, he's been pretty good. In his last 20 career games with 65% or more snaps, he's hit this in 14 of 20 games. And that's pretty dang good. He's over this line in 12 of his last 20 when he's gotten at least 2 or more receptions. Again, his receptions line is 3.5. As I said, Bijan last week, 8 receptions for 50 yards. Though they also had given up HN 90 yards to him. The week before Bijan, Dylan Sampson at 29, Pollard at 43, even his backup Tajay Spears at like 20, Kamara 45. The list goes on and on and on. I think it's a great spot for him. The Bucs also should be getting a one of their linemen back after their bye week, which should hopefully get Rashad White out of having to like chip block on guys that are blitzing. Instead, he should get a couple screen passes, I think, and all it really takes is one. Rashad White, pretty good guy with the ball in his hands. Also, forgot to note, Patriots best run defense in football, lowest rush yards per attempt. So if they're going to get him going, he's going to have to get going somewhere else. I like him in the air for Mr. Rashad White. I took his over in receptions a few weeks ago. Before we get into our third play at the end of the video, I will have an Underdog Fantasy entry. If you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, well, allow me to inform you. It's a great daily fantasy app. And what I love about them, they're always giving out boosts. You can take alternate lines. So maybe you're like, Rico Dowdle's 90.5. I ain't taking that. I want to take 180. No, joking aside, you could probably take them down like 70. So again, you can build some things there. You can build your slips. And the best part is if right now they have a great offer, you play $5, get $100 in bonus funds. I don't think any daily fantasy app out there is beating that. So again, play $5, get 100, but you need to use code COS. There you go, code COS or the link down below. If they're in your state, you better get on it. We'll have an underdog slip at the end, but let's dive into a couple unders. Let's talk all about CMC, Christian McCaffrey, under 13.5 yards for his longest rush, minus 120 on DraftKings, a half unit play. I've probably been following the 60-second timer rule so far in this video, so apologies, but deal with it. CMC, I mean, what is the guy? He's like number one or top there in rush attempts. The problem is there's not a lot of explosiveness from CMC. In fact, his long rush this season, 16 yards. Today on Sunday, he has a really tough matchup against the Rams. Now, the Rams might not look like an elite rush defense by any stretch of the imagination, but they've actually no running back has had a 14-yard carry or bigger against them this season. That includes CMC. He had 28 rush attempts last week. He barely went over this line. He had like a 15 or 16 yarder. But again, this is a Rams team that's been really good at limiting those big plays. Like I said, a CMC faced them earlier this year, had 22 rush attempts, long rush of 8 yards. They've just limited explosive runs. And you look, it's not like they faced scrubs. Now, I'd understand if maybe they faced bums, but they faced ETN. He's pretty solid. Derrick Henry. They faced CMC, obviously. Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, all these guys are held under this line, coming off a week with 28 rush attempts for CMC. I think he struggles a little bit here. I'll take the under 13.5. That's not my fifth pick. I might have made these unorganized, but deal with it. Whatever. We move on. Let's get into a Q1 prop. How's that sound? My favorite Q1 prop of the week. Drum roll, please. Odunze. I should have brought on his jersey. You know what? I'll go grab his jersey real quick. Now, this feels more like it. Rome, we love you. You've obviously supported the ladder challenge in the past. Thank goodness. I didn't back you last week because Rome Odunze, zero yards. His team scored almost 50 points. You tell me he didn't have a single catch? Yeah, he was shadowed by DJ Turner, who's actually a pretty good cornerback. This week, I think they get him involved, and they get him involved early. So I played his over 7.5 Q1 yards. I know his regular line's not 7.5. I took his 2+ receptions at plus 250. These are both in the first quarter, hence the favorite Q1 prop, Q1 pick. It's not his full game line, but I think Rome gets involved early. Like I said, last week, 0 receptions. Now, he did get a reception early, but it was called back due to a penalty. I think Ben Johnson is more of a player's coach, just like Dan Campbell. When a guy has a down week, they're normally finding ways to get the guys that just didn't play too well the ball. And not Rashad White, Rome Odunze has been a guy that has actually hit these lines pretty consistently. Now, the 2+ receptions is also plus 200 on DraftKings, but this is a guy that has 2+ Q1 receptions in 4 of 8 games. So at plus 250, I mean, 4 of 8 is a pretty dang good hit rate for a plus 250 play. And if he gets 2 receptions, he's probably getting 8 yards. I like the yards obviously a little bit more because Rome Odunze is not necessarily a guy known for the bubble screens and stuff like that. But it wouldn't shock me at all if maybe that's where they try to get him the ball early in this one. Maybe it's a zone coverage and they just run a play where Rome's going across the middle and they just try to hit him and he gets a couple yards. Heck, if he wants to get 8 yards, that would be awesome. So we don't have to sweat the 2+, but we obviously would love 2+. But again, Rome, like I said, over in 4 of 8 games for the receptions. In terms of the receiving yards, he's actually been really consistent at hitting that Q1 receiving yards line. If you look at him on the season, he's hit 11 or more. So depending on where your line is, he's had 11 or more, which should cover every line in 6 of 8 games, 30+ in 4 of 8. So again, I looked at taking the ladder on it, but I'll just take this over 7.5 Q1 yards and the 2+ receptions. My favorite Q1 prop. I do have another Q1 prop though in this video. I forgot to mention at the top of the show. Includes my touchdown parlay, 2 more 1-unit player props. So in case you're curious about that, it's already live. I'll link it at the end of this video in just a moment. You can check that video out. It's linked down below as well as if you want to know all my game picks for this weekend and a potential for a $100 giveaway in another video. My final play of the week. I think I meant to put this one third, but he's going last. It is an under in interceptions. It is Dylan Gabriel. Now, I put third pick. Technically, he's the 5th pick of the video. We'll get into my underdog slip in just a moment. I took his under in 0.5 interceptions at minus 118. I bet MGM a half-unit play. Obviously, he's the starting QB for the Browns. If he stinks and they lose to the Jets, wouldn't be shocked. Maybe Shador gets up and moving, but I don't know. I feel like they got something out against Shador, but I digress. I do like Dylan Gabriel's less than, and it's really just a simple under here. It is just a system play. I'm not going to go head and shoulders into this one. Dylan Gabriel has thrown one interception or two interceptions, but both of them came in one game, and he is under this line in all of his other starts. I want to say 3 of 4. He is going up against the Jets, my Jets, who have yet to intercept the pass this season, and they just traded away Sauce Gardner. Quinnen Williams is down. I don't know if that's gonna help us out. Dylan Gabriel, the only concern here for me is that he is a shorter guy. So if he does throw one, it could get tipped and then someone could pick it off. Again, I'm only playing it for a half unit, but it's a system play. I've taken the unders with Flacco, Bo Nix, Dak Prescott. I mean, some of those guys take more risks than Dylan Gabriel. He's really out there getting the ball out of his hands quickly, not trying to take sacks, but not really putting the ball in harm's way. So I do like his under here, 0.5 interceptions. I don't know if he's throwing it a ton because they might be able to just run down our throats. I love his under there. That would be my 5th pick in the video. And finally, we wrap up with our underdog slip. A reminder, it's code COS. You play $5, you get $100 in bonus funds. You get a bunch of profit boosts and stuff, and you can tail this slip that we're about to throw. We got here, you can 11 extra money. It's Rashad White. It's Odunze for just 1 reception, which if he doesn't get 1 reception, I'd be shocked. Rico's regular line at 90.5, and Dylan Gabriel less than half an interception. There you go, 11 extra money, but make sure you sign up, use my code COS, get $100 in bonus funds. All you gotta do is play $5. That's a pretty dang good offer. If I do declare myself, Odunze, 2 receptions in the first quarter. Rico Dowdle, if you get 180 rushing yards, I will buy your jersey. And let's just have ourselves a weekend. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Let me know your favorite plays down below. Thank you for a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you guys back again in the next one. It's Austin. I'm out of here. Go check out those other videos. The top one includes my touchdown parlay, 2 more props. Bottom one includes all my game picks, Logan and I bantering about the games. And then, of course, if you want to join the Dub Club, you can. 50% off. Link is down below. Have a great Sunday. Good luck. Let's make some money. See you in the next one. Peace.